Severe weather update here for your Saturday. Things are rocking along pretty much as expected. I want to take you around CenLa with our camera views to let you know, hey, we got you covered in this for today. And you'll see that things look pretty similar. We've got the low clouds, we've got the wind again. We'll see gusts of 40 out ahead of this system. This is the Alexandria cam going into Stellies in St. Landry. We're also seeing the same conditions, some low clouds moving across the sky with the low level winds. Hello to you folks in LaSalle Parish, Gina area. We've got you covered there with our tower cam showing the clouds, and you see the movement there as well. Temperature is very warm and muggy here for overnight and this morning, and that is going to set the table for severe weather. There's your Leesville view. Likewise, doesn't look any different, but we've got some numbers, and it's very unstable with 81 and 73 temp and dew point there. Natchitoches up to the north, we're seeing likewise overcast sky and very warm and muggy conditions in that area as well. Here's your radar view. We're going to take a look off to the west of us where we're seeing showers and thunderstorms there in that particular area. Put on the alerts right now. We do see, looks like a tornado watch has been issued until 7 o'clock for at least part of central Louisiana, the Sabine, Natchitoches, and Wind Parish areas. Those are always, in my vast experience here in CenLa, those seem to always be the first ones to get the watches or the warnings. And it's a symptom of climatology, the way things usually happen. So things are getting underway. We've got severe thunderstorm warnings, tornado warnings up across northwest Louisiana, the tornado warning there, southwest Arkansas there. So we're seeing also development in areas to the south of us, right through here. And that's also an indication that we're going to see an increase in weather here later on for today. This is what we call kind of the convective burst point. This is a beginning phase of what we're seeing here between San Antonio and Houston. And this will all fill in as the front comes through. In fact, we've got the front, which is moved through Longview, Texas, and through Bryan and College Station right now. It's a slow-moving front, but as the day progresses, it will sort of pick up a little speed there. And I think what's going to happen is we have an open warm sector here for a little while. And that's something we don't want in these type situations, but I think we'll have a little bit of it. There's some warm mid-level air overhead that will kind of negate that possibility of an open warm sector, but I think still we're going to have at least some. And then the dominant mode becomes one of these lines that we talk about, QLCS, quasi-linear convective system. Just a wavy squall line is a simple way that you could think about that, and that will eventually become the predominant mechanism or mode for our severe weather. All right, so Futurecast coming in, going to kind of step you through here a couple of hours at a time as we see this band taking shape. This will be the main band, all right? This is going to be the bad one, could be the bad one. And then as we head into mid to late afternoon, and I think this model may be a little bit slow. It was initialized at 7 o'clock this morning. So yeah, it could be a little bit slow, but we get the idea that as we get into latter part of the afternoon, these first areas that are under the tornado watch now, Sabine, Natchitoches, and Wind, will probably be warned on for either severe thunderstorms or tornadoes at that time. As we head into the early evening hours, it will continue there, but shift southward, and looks like we'll have Beauregard, Vernon, Sabine, Natchitoches, probably Wind Parish, maybe even Grant Parish affected. There will be some development out ahead of the main line. This is where we can see some supercells. In fact, you see this little notch right here in this particular storm. This one's got a notch on the northwest side of it, and on the southeast, and on the south. All right, kind of looks like a little starfish there. These odd shapes are caused by the wind shear. Okay, and so that means that they can produce something bad. They can produce large hail, damaging wind, or tornadoes. A supercell has a rotating updraft That's the most dangerous storm type that there is. It produces the vast majority of major tornadoes, giant hail events, and damaging wind events, all right, above 75 miles an hour. So we will have some of these could have some in the line. There's a notch right there. Here's a couple more to the east side of this line, and another one on the back side up there toward that. So again, all this probably may not come to pass exactly, but you get the idea that as you watch radar, you'll be seeing something similar to what we're seeing here, and that translates into potential for severe weather. As we head into the evening hours, continuing, this line will move and translate to the east. Individual cells will move northeast along that line, so there'll be a little bit of parallel motion with the front there. The vectors will be parallel to each other, which means there could be some locally heavy rainfall and all this stuff as well. Before midnight, so later tonight about bedtime, we continue to see everything percolating, shifts over to the east parishes, Catahoula, Concordia, Avoyelles, St. Landry, Evangeline parishes there around midnight or so. And then once we get into Sunday, we see still some rain, but it won't be severe thunderstorms or anything like that. I think the threat will end probably Sunday morning early around 6 a.m. But you'll feel some cooler air coming into there. Be something you'll really notice. Here's the winter side of this system. You kind of see this rotation right here across the southern plains. Here's the front that I'm talking about that will start surging. It's already moving a little bit, but it will increase its movement southeastward during the afternoon and evening, and it will just literally bulldoze the atmosphere, push the atmosphere up, lift it bodily, and that will create more storms and create that mainly linear system there. But you can see a lot of storms back behind this front in the areas to the north of us. Here's the winter side across the plains. That's where we're going to get our cool air from. And many times these severe weather situations are caused by these temperature contrasts. You're getting winter in the plains. You got summer here. The nights have just been extreme records set for nighttime warmth here lately with this stuff. Those strong south winds. That's where it's all going, folks. That is fuel for this kind of stuff. All right, so the severe weather outlook. Everybody's on the same page here with a level 3 out of 5. That's a significant risk in my book. Something to certainly pay attention to. So here's the overall setup. Here's that upper system. You can see the dynamics as the wind would come from this direction, and then it would change direction, southwest here, north here. So in that process, there's a change. This is a cold core system. This represents a deep body of cold air. That's where we're getting our winter side to this. And as that moves eastward, that's snow and wintry precipitation. In fact, there's winter storm warnings for this part of the country here in the first part of April, and winter weather advisories for this. Out ahead of it, you can see the warm conditions that we've got. All right, so here's the colder system continuing us to snow in the plains into later Saturday, and then warm here. Here's the cold, here's the warm ahead of it, and then that contrast with these added dynamics with the wind flow aloft, creating the wind shear and building and sculpting the storms, type of storms that we get. That's what we're up against, folks, and that's why Nick and I will be monitoring this. So this morning, what we have is the front's actually a little bit further to the east than this position, but the fact remains that most of the severe potential is going to be tied to that area to the north and west of us, at least for a little while. But as we get much into the afternoon, we'll see the front begin to surge. And this position is not too far from what we're seeing right now. It's more a little bit back here. All right, it's past Longview, Texas, so right in here. All right, so this is going to be a decent forecast here, and then the maximum severe weather potential will shift into our area. You know, we've been avoiding it. It's all been to the north of us with the floods and the severe weather. We've got the wind that comes up from the south, as you see by the arrows here, and feeds fuel into that, provides fuel for that. But now we're, again, in the crosshairs here for today. So that's the severe potential. The flood potential, likewise, pretty close to that. I think it stays mainly to the north and west, at least for a little while, until the main system comes in, and then it shifts in our direction as the front comes in also. We have a risk of some flooding, but not like what they've had certainly in areas to the north of us. So the severe weather threats today through very early Sunday, overall, we've got a significant threat. All the bars are in the significant area there. And so this is something that we'll be watching very closely. So we've got all modes of severe weather on the table: wind, hail, tornadoes, and the additional dimension of some flooding. So getting underway this afternoon, not too long from now, into very early Sunday. I gave maybe a noon to 2 p.m. start point, ending point, maybe 5, 6 a.m. Sunday, somewhere in there. So that again gives you an idea of the time frame that we're talking about with this. So the pattern, the feature aloft, the surface low, and the front, that's the overall, what we call the synoptic pattern. A mixed supercell and multicell environment out ahead of the eventual line that will form, and this poses a significant risk of severe weather. Tornadoes, wind, and hail all on the table. Wind and hail will be the main two, with percentages within 25 miles of a place or a point in central Louisiana, up to 44% for wind and hail, and then 5 to 14% for tornadoes. For today, there's potential for enhanced tornadoes and hail. And what that means is, for tornadoes, when we talk about enhanced events, we're talking about something that's EF2 or higher. Today we have potential for EF2 to EF3 tornadoes. For hail, the marker is, or the borderline there is 2 inches in diameter. So we have potential for that. That's about the size of a moderate hen egg. A golf ball is 1 3/4 inches. A baseball is 2 3/4 inches. So that gives you a size perspective there. About a hen egg size, average hen egg size there. Now, the Storm Prediction Center took the enhanced risk of wind off the table. It was on there, but I suppose that we'll be looking more in the 60 to 70 mile per hour range for wind, which is strong enough for me. So monitor your weather sources. The first warnings, I think, will come fairly soon for us, sometimes certainly as we get into the afternoon, and covering the rainfall dimension through Sunday morning. I think everybody gets wet with this 100%. Common rainfall amounts about 1/2 to 2 inches, and then peak amounts of 3 to 4 inches will be possible. Now there will be some high rainfall rates as well that could cause be problematic for those areas, susceptible areas to flash flooding, poor drainage areas, because we could get 2 to 3 inches rain in an hour or even less in some of these very heavy rain cores that we've got. So tornado safety, make sure that you've got multiple alert sources there. A NOAA weather radio is good on your phone. Make sure that you're getting your EAS, emergency messages, and of course traditional broadcasting, and of course CenLa weather. Nick and I will be on this here for today. Now in your home, these are some things that you can do to take action. All right, what do you do if a tornado warning is issued? Remember the difference between a tornado watch. Tornado watch means potential is present in the atmosphere. There's the possibility of tornadoes given the occurrence of a severe storm. All right, so a tornado warning means that it's been reliably reported by an eyewitness, like a storm spotter, law enforcement, or someone like that, or it's reliably indicated by weather radar. All right, so that those cases, the tornado warning would be issued. So if a tornado warning is issued for your place, then you need to look at this list of 6 things that I've got here. If a tornado watch is issued, then just kind of continue your normal activities, but immediately become more weather conscious of nearby storms, and always stay tuned into your weather sources, as you saw in the previous graphic. So if a tornado warning is issued for your location, here's what you should do in your home. First of all, you want to get near the center. This is the old proverbial phrase that we always use: put as many walls between you and the outdoors as possible. Okay, so get somewhere near the geometric center of your home. Stay low. Don't go upstairs. Don't go to the attic for some reason, thinking it will afford you more protection. You want to stay on the ground floor. Basements and underground storm shelters are the best things, but we just tend not to have that here in Louisiana. So stay low on the ground floor. All right, this one is related to the first one. So as you're near the center, look for a small interior closet there, okay, that doesn't have exterior walls. It's all interior. Likewise, you can find a bathroom like that. That's great. Also, even a hallway there, as long as it doesn't open to the outside or toward the outside or anything like that. So, speaking of that, you want to avoid windows, obviously, doors, exterior doors, doors to the outside, that when you open the door, you see the outside, and exterior walls. You need to stay away from all of that because you're not putting the as many walls between you and the outdoors as possible. That's done with the numbers points 1 and 3 above. Now, if you see imminent danger, if the wind suddenly rises to proportions that make you very uncomfortable, or you're hearing trees snap, or something, you're maybe hearing something hit your house or something like that, you want to just duck and cover, as we've been taught to as since we were children. All right, under a heavy piece of furniture with pillows, and a good thing that modern research has brought out is maybe the importance of a helmet for your head protection. Okay, many head injuries are seen in ERs after tornadoes and severe wind. All right, so last thing is obviously don't travel in an area that is tornado warned or severe thunderstorm warned or flood warned. Okay, it's best for your protection and safety to stay put after the warning is issued. Okay, all right, so that's it for me. Nick Mikulas, I think, he's on his way back from College Station, and he will be with you later today. I'll be with you mainly on my Facebook page. He's going to carry the load for his Facebook page, meteorologist Nick Mikulas. I'll be carrying the load for my Facebook page, meteorologist Tom Vecca, and we both may be on YouTube via CenLaWeather.com, but he usually carries the load on that as well. All right, so we've got you covered, got you informed here with this little weathercast I did. So stay safe and pray for the best, and